Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix. And of course, welcome back to the game, trying to replicate my life at the moment. Here we have our melee vehicle crushing our lovely missile vehicle. This is literally what I spawned into when I loaded the campaign. It instantly happens, and I don't have enough time to react to stop it from happening. It's just a collision of destruction and annoyance. Once again, really replicating my life at the moment, so well done there, bringing all of my annoyances in real life to the game. So, pull all, please. Thank you. Okay, let's repair all of you up, please, and then what we're going to do is spawn in 4, or maybe 3, maybe 4, who knows, of the little drone we made in the previous video, although I just now, after uploading that video, realised that I ended up losing the intro, so... yeah, if I seem a bit in a bad mood right now, that's pretty much why. That and a whole host of real-life rubbish, which may end up making me a little bit missing in action over the next week. Anyway, with all of that out of the way, let's get focused on the game itself, shall we? Because that's the whole point of us being here. So I will be right back once I spawn in 3 or 4 of the new little, well, they're currently called BAB drones, which was originally meant to be bad drones, but I misspelled it as Bab, so now it's baby drone, which is actually more fitting. So, be right back. Today is all about combat. I just want to see things destroy other things. Okay, you're about to reinforce this tile, which honestly I don't mind. So what I'm going to do is move all of you a little bit lower, around about here, so we don't end up aggroing that group. There's no need for that fight. We're already going to have to fight through a few strength 100, so I don't need any more than we currently have. I've just deleted the Doom drone for now, so that we can fully repair everything we have. And it looks like it is pretty much working, which is great to see. Okay, yep, all of you get to the front lines now. The drones are actually very quickly as well. Very quick as well, which is nice to see. Resources, please hold back. I'm really hoping you reinforce this tile now. Darn it, why not? Okay, well in that case, if you're going to fight us anyway, you may as well fight us closer to the center. I am really keen to see how effective our new drones are versus the enemy Wrens. Oh god, I just thought, actually, one thing I need to do with the drones I completely forgot about until just now. Where are you? Yeah, there you are. Just spawning one of them, please, because I'm about to do something very quickly to them. Hello. God, you look more evil than I remember. Okay, so your AI is in the center. All I need to do is change their AI very slightly, because I forgot until just now that we don't have... No, we have the detection system. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The target prioritization. I want them to fire at aircraft first and very small enemies. Don't focus on the gladiators. Because right now they're going to go to the default stance, which I think does target larger targets normally. Okay, all are retrofitted, although it is now getting into nighttime, so that's going to be fantastic. The first time we get to see these in action, I'm not going to be able to see the combat. Hi, Mosquito. Okay, start getting into position now. Also, just want to check the tanks quickly, because I forgot the state they were in before I left them in the previous video. Not just yet. Okay, good. Looks like they were loaded. Yeah, they're loaded just fine. Okay, good to see. There's some serious terrain problems just behind the enemy, so I really want to put all of our forces over there, really. Do a turn. Yay. We could have spawned in a lot more, but we already have the volume advantage here. The enemy definitely have the resource advantage by far, but I still believe quite firmly that volume beats material advantage. Though I am tempted still to... Okay, here's the thing. A lot of these, like the Gladiator, they aren't showing their true volume because the Gladiator is made of 2 parts. So actually I should have at least one more vehicle. Like the Dust Devil, for instance. Yep, the Dust Devil would be a fantastic thing to add, just for the sheer fun of it. And with that, let's get going. Yeah, there we go, look. The enemy volume just went up, in fact, above ours now. I keep forgetting that. Okay, all of you go into combat mode. Thank you very much. We have one of the EMP missile craft right now. And there we go, already firing with our little drones. Oh, look, and that drone's even sending out its anti-missile stuff already. How sweet. Not quite sure who they're firing at, though, to be honest. I have set them up now, so I should be going after the smaller targets, but still. Oh, our melee vehicle is taking quite a lot of damage there. Sliding! Did that weapon just make us bounce? Wow, now that's an accidental defense if I've ever seen one. I'm still not 100% certain who you're firing at, look, guys. Okay, I have no idea why you're firing at that guy. There we are. Our melee vehicle doing some weird things to that enemy. Oh, goodbye to the enemy. Yeah, for some reason the drone is firing at this fellow. In fact, they all are, so no idea what's going on there. Also, is it just me? Are those shots not actually reaching? Yeah, the shots are vanishing. Stop. Pause time. Let's watch these shots. What is going on there? Okay, so I know that in this game, there is a limit to how many shells you can have airborne at any given time. But what's the reasoning behind these shells vanishing? There aren't that many airborne. Clearly, we need these craft to get a bit closer. Ow! Missile to the face there. And now they're all focusing on this guy. At least they're doing some damage now. And swapping again. Okay, yeah, no idea what's going on there. Lots of weirdness. Okay, now the shells are actually reaching and doing something at least. Which is good, because they look really cool in my opinion. I want them to at least be functional. Was that explosion from the little shells? I think it actually was. I choose to believe it was, let's say that. Yeah, the shells are actually hitting now. And doing okay. In such a high number, actually. Look at how many small blocks they're just shredding off. Like I said when I was making the craft, any vulnerable sections will be incredibly vulnerable to that type of weapon. Firing at the Rend here, the Rend being notoriously difficult to take down, and apparently say, as our melee vehicle finishes off the one on the ground. Oh, the EMP has caused the enemy to stall, and down it goes in a hail of shells. Oh, you look up. That's so cool when they're in range. I really love these little guys. Need to figure out what happened with those shells, though. It could just be because of how many autocannons we have. And then the fragments from the missiles. Ow. Oh, look, it's healing. That one's actually healing someone. Go you. Who are you firing at now? This guy over here. Now the shells are reaching. Look how far away that is. If anyone has a good explanation for that, please tell me in the comments. Yeah, the shells are definitely hitting now, even from those, which are quite far away. Is it wrong that I kind of want to spawn more of them? But yeah, I am very confused as to why they were despawning. No way was I reaching the limit. I would be amazed if we were just hitting that limit then, because I've seen our miniguns, which fire 1,000 rounds per minute, not despawn. Yes. So, what was going on there then? Anyway, everyone repair up. That definitely cost us more than it gave us, and now it's time to, actually, it would likely be best if we did that one, that one, that one. Otherwise, we're doing 100, 100, whatever this is. Instead, we'll do 86, 100, then whatever this is. Okay, seems reasonable to me. Everyone, move your butts. I need to despawn that sodding melee vehicle whenever I'm not doing things. Dust Devil, go away. You literally just crashed into one of the drones. If there's anything that makes me really want to restart a save file more than anything else, is something like that. I just spawned that in, and for no reason at all, it spawned in the ground. So it naturally had a huge hole torn out of it and its weapon broke. I was just testing out the fuel levels. That's all. That's all I was doing. And speaking of which, we are actually running out of fuel. So when we reach that resource zone, I'm going to make a small fuel refinery to refuel everything. Consider it the last march before we take a break. Oh wow, we are on some seriously uneven terrain right now. Okay, we need to spawn everything as far forwards as we can. Like where they are now or further, because this will tear apart some of our craft. Things like the drone and the tanks will just not deal with this. Thankfully, it seems like the enemy don't want to deal with it either. Anything we haven't seen before? Oh, look, it's the flyer we've stolen and quote-unquote improved. Either way, though, yeah, just rush forward so we can spawn in as far forwards as possible. In fact, no, don't. Go over this way like this. They are all incredibly slow, so what we're going to do is we're going to take that to our advantage, and we're going to do a bit of a flanking maneuver, because, once again, I don't particularly want to spawn in on the hills. Okay, you're the one they're following, so make sure that you do this. Okay. No, that's fine. Yep, move them further forwards. If you end up aggroing those instead, that's fine. Okay, there we go. I'm far less scared of the water as I am of that hill. Whilst we're setting up that, I'm also going to spawn some of our drones down here so they can help out over in the defense against the lightning hoods. Also, by the looks of things, we managed to lose our satellite last time and I never ended up repairing it, so I can't even see when they're heading towards us. Whoa, we have loads of resources down here. Yeah, we have loads of resources, so we need to start using that for something. In fact, we could probably do a war on two fronts, start off fighting against the lightning hoods and finally start pushing them back. Remember, we do already have this resource zone, which has now been completely drained, but this is why we're no longer really under attack by the lightning hoods. We've already crippled their economy. It's just a matter of going in there and actually killing them. But I think I may end up just focusing on that after we do all this. We have resource over here. Okay, we have loads of resources around. I think what I need to do is spawn in a few more of our resource vehicles very soon, collect it all, and send it back to the main base. Once again, the enemy was very deceptive when it came to the size of their fleet. This time, the drone should really be focusing on at least a small target. Honestly, airborne, but small will also work. Okay, they have a weird obsession with the multi-vehicle vehicles. Value per block is at a minus, therefore smaller is focused on, and also altitude is focused on, so really they should be focusing on that little flyer. Just, whoa, there's a glitch. What was that? Is that a repair tentacle glitching out? Okay. One of our little Beb drones, I need to change their name, Bab drones, whatever, have just been hit by EMP. Okay, lots of Hesh hitting this target, and apparently for some reason the drones are also focusing on it. They're now swapping over to this one. I guess it does have some altitude, but still. Yeah, they actually do loads of work. Look at that, when they all fire at the same area. Look at all those explosions. They really shred off a lot of armor. I need more of them. Okay, that looks really cool as well, being so close and just firing those volleys. Ow. Probably shouldn't have tried... Okay, actually no, missile base is great to be spawned at. For some reason I thought I spawned at the melee vehicle. The Dust Devil. I know I should use their real names, but it's difficult. And again, the simple weapon's actually doing really well there, like little explosions constantly. Now, sadly, no one's focusing on that thing's base, which is really annoying. I still don't know why the little drones aren't focusing on the flyers. Speaking of which, this flyer is looking like it's in a very bad position. And there goes the melee vehicle, the Dust Devil. Will it start shredding? Yes, it will. Lovely. Bit of bounce there, but still doing its job. And it's fallen off its stand. Lots of autocannon fire there. Finally firing on the flyers. Shells still despawning before reaching the target. Maybe it's just the autocannons have a max range. Maybe that's all it is. But it does seem inconsistent. But maybe that's just... Oh, from our experience thus far. We're doing really well today versus the Twin Guard. Like, last time we were doing well, today we're doing ridiculous. Oh, look, they're friends now after fighting in the creation video. Heal, heal. Did I mention I really like these little guys? Because I do. In the sandbox mode for a second, let's test out the range of these shots then. Well, no, they ain't disappearing. Well, they do eventually, but that's quite far away, honestly. Like, out of our render distance, almost. So why, when there's multiple of them, do they despawn? Also, yes, I did end up shooting myself the first time I tried to do this. Avenge me, brother! No. Okay, so you can reach that far. That's all well and good. How about over here? No. So it is because of the amount of autocannon shots, because as you can see, some of them reach, some of them don't. That's interesting. So do the autoloaders, well, the auto shells go off a different system to the regular guns? That is actually really annoying, like, to a level where I'm actually just outright annoyed at the game, because I want to use the simple weapons here, and this is such a limitation. So the reason why the last few shots are hitting is because the first few have despawned, so now there's less in the air. So what I'm going to need to do is make these guys go way closer to the enemy than I want them to, or simply field them in smaller numbers. Which I don't really want to do. So I don't want to do either of those. Well, I'm a little bit fed up now, honestly. I feel like this vehicle just got made redundant. And there's nothing I can do about it. Huh. So one alternative we could go with is this. So this is the large cannons. And apparently my craft not even aiming. Go on, fire away. And they are pretty good. I mean, they do a good chunk of damage. I just don't think they look anywhere near as fun. But they do fire far slower, and thus they won't cause the same issues as the autocannons. The thing is, though, aiming them using a turret, I am yet to find a way to do it reliably. As you can probably tell, they're not exactly pinpoint. It seems like it aims one of them, then the rest just kind of fire where they are, which can lead to some weird aiming, to say the least. Also, I did at least figure out what was going wrong with the target prioritization. I can never say that word properly. And it turns out I had two of them. I literally had two of the cards, so one was overriding the other, and that was the problem, because I thought I had an aim point selection, whereas actually I had a target. So I'm going to fix that now. I think I'm just going to stick with the autoloaders. I may just lower the amount of autoloaders per vehicle, but for now we'll just leave it as it is. We'll just fix up the card, do some more battles, and I'll consider this problem for the next video. And with this little bit of repair work, the drones are now being updated so they will actually target the things I've wanted them to be targeting the entire time.
On my way.
Okay, everyone get forwards. So far we are doing very well, though I have said in a previous video, although I think the Twin Guard are definitely the most aesthetically pleasing, I also am of the belief that the Twin Guard are probably one of the weakest secondary factions, and by that, I mean the faction after the Dustwind Gypsies. I honestly think that the Onyx Watch are more powerful overall. It just seems like a lot of their designs are vulnerable to a lot of stuff. And this isn't meant to be a slight against the creators of them, because honestly they've done a fantastic job, and a lot of them are far more complex than I could ever build. It's just going with that particular aesthetic and with the limitations of the campaign, they've become a little bit on the milder side. They just don't have the offensive capability to really threaten our type of craft. And maybe that's me, maybe I've gone too heavily in defense, and we just happen to counter them. It could, of course, be the case. Now let's have a quick look-see. Over here, let's have a look at the terrain, and which way are we going? We're going... Drone, why are you currently in the area we're going? Well, it looks pretty flat as long as we stay near the coast. So we can probably just stay where we are and just lure them to us like usual. Lure them to us like usual. Actually, yeah, maybe. And this time, actually spawning in this aircraft might be nice. I haven't seen it in combat in a while. Tanks are getting really low on fuel, though. Like, really low. We're getting to the point now where we need to start refueling any time. Yeah, we're on 500. Now, they tend to share their fuel. That's why they're all kind of on the same, except for the resource vehicles, which have a separate set completely, because I need them to always be up and running. But soon the Pharaoh tanks won't be able to move. I've now allowed the little drones to get far, far closer to the enemy. And that just looks so cool. Yeah, I'm definitely sticking with the autocannons. We'll just have to figure out a way around it, that's all. And look, they're actually targeting the aircraft this time. They're missing, but they're firing at the right thing now. Just shells everywhere. A few hits there, a few minor hits. Okay, one of the enemy aircraft are already taking quite a bit of damage there from the missiles. Yep, the two missile bases are doing fantastically. I need to use their proper names. Down goes the first. And those missiles are not very good versus the aircraft, must be said. Oh! That enemy was taken down by one of the drones! And look, there's our aircraft. There's a lot of enemy aircraft still, though. The drones are trying to back off. Oh, your anti-missile system, I wish it was up and running right now. And there goes the drone. I mean, it's still trying. What are you doing? Please don't crash. Did you just melee a flyer? Okay. Autocannon shots absolutely everywhere. Okay, this time around we're taking way more damage. Our flyer, though, is doing very well. Yeah, that drone is really badly hurt. Lots of EMP there, pretty much taking out that aircraft. I really do love the drones. Just so many shells airborne. Oh, look, they're like best friends. Some Hess shells going, I have no idea, honestly, where that is trying to aim. Let's just have a quick pause to figure out what's going on right now. Okay, the missile base is backed off enough. Ooh, that was actually a really bad place to place that missile base. That could have very easily went into the water. Come on, little drones! Kill another flyer. Let me use my words. I'm not even trying to hide my stammer at the moment. It's been so bad the last few weeks. Normally I edit out things like that a lot more, but right now, Because what kind of ground melee vehicle doesn't go after flyers successfully? These little flyers are being such a nuisance. Seriously, look how fast they heal each other. And the Hesh shells are just not hitting. I'm actually really glad for the autocannons right now. At least they're doing something. Our stolen aircraft there is still doing a great job. Any which land on the floor get devoured by the Dust Devil. But this is going to be a long fight. What even are these? Oh, these are the things we stole. Yeah, because we stole that vehicle. There it is. And then we converted it into this thing. By adding more PID and actual weapons. Oh, look, all those autocannon shots. That's so cool. Boing. Oh, got a little drone there. Okay, so we win. We win. I'm just taking a nap. Ignore me. Goodbye, missile. Okay, that was an interesting fight, to say the least. Now, I'm really hoping that one kill, which I attributed to the, Oh no, wait, did I steal a flyer? Did I steal a flyer? I stole another one. Do we have enough resources to repair this? Because we could convert it into our flyer. Okay, for now, you just stay at the back. This is a strength 150, so let's move on out to here. And then move those to us. So actually, all of you wait there, and then I'll get the fastest to jump in here, grab the 150, and pull it back. And it begins. The last true battle before the end of the video. The enemy definitely have the volume advantage here with a lot of mechs. Or whatever you'd call them. What would you call them if it's got the mech torso but a track body? I'm not too familiar with all the terminology and that kind of stuff. Maybe this is also not helping. You know, the enemy using autocannons. I bet that actually isn't helping them in normal fights, even before we were using the drones, because 3 Wrens here, that's almost as many autocannons. In fact, it's more autocannons than we're bringing, since it has 2 sets of the turrets. This might be a bit of a closer fight. Either way, begin. Focusing on one of the drones, I mean, that is their job, but still, ow. No, it's a Pharaoh tank you're focusing on. No, stop. Focus on the little guys with the yellow guns. They're super scary. Really. Totally honest. Oh god, yeah, that Pharaoh is getting just obliterated. Yeah, that's not great. Did not know that the Wrens could heal each other. That's annoying. Whoa, okay, so things have been happening behind us without me realizing. Let's have a quick look-see. So, one of the torsos fell off. I'm assuming, yeah, this is definitely Hesh. So, it's been a while since I've talked about Hesh. How Hesh works is you hit the outside and then the inside sort of explodes. That's the basic gist of it. It causes the internal armor to fragment. That tends to result in things like that happening, because what's happened is that the holder has been destroyed on the inside, so it's let go of the vehicle. Also, apparently, the melee vehicle is just causing all sorts of problems for the enemy. Some serious lag, mostly from the melee. Oh god, yeah, that one Pharaoh is taking so much brutality. Thank you, you are serving our cause well. Autocannons are hitting the Rend, but honestly, the Rend are the one type of flyer I don't think the autocannons have any worth shooting at. Yeah, too far away, those shells are never going to make it. Oh! Our melee vehicle, our lovely Dust Devil has been stopped there for some reason. Must have lost a wheel or something, because that does stop it briefly. Drone. No, drone. Hello! Well, we've made a friend. Both of the Wrens are focusing on our flyer and actually doing a good job of really hurting it. So many autocannon shots currently in the air. Here comes some missiles, thankfully lining up very well. Sadly though, EMP is not great versus the Wren because of the heavy armor absorbing it. That, and they are healing each other. Our autocannon shots are landing though, a lot, and one HESH shell hitting, causing it to spin out a little bit. We've currently lost one of our Pharaoh tanks, and a lot of damage has been done overall to everything. The Dust Devil, on the other hand, is just not caring. It's just tearing things apart. It's not being focused on. Our flyer is still airborne, but it has taken a lot of damage on the outside. And once again, I do want to point out this I do find to be the weakness of the Twin Guard. It just doesn't seem to have the offensive capabilities. It does have really defensive vehicles, but it just doesn't seem to be able to break things easily. And considering I like to build defensively, I do feel like perhaps I'm just countering it. So it's less so I am building well and high quality, and more so just a matter of countering. Focusing on the torso there is not doing much for our Pharaoh. In fact, the Pharaoh's being focused on now as well, which is really bad. Autocannons are focusing on that Rend. Mostly missing because, you know, I'm starting to think the autocannons aren't that great versus aircraft because they're so slow. Also, I feel like perhaps your detection system might be a little bit damaged there because you're firing at nothing, essentially. So well done with that. Oh, looks like, though, the autocannon and the HESH have weathered this poor end, and it is finally going down. Now it's moving slower. The autocannons are actually hitting. Our aircraft is sinking. Why is our aircraft sinking? It's lost some of its rotor blade, that's why. Okay. Huge internal whoa, 2, 3 massive internal explosions. Okay, this one's weapons are completely offline. It will heal up over time, but that won't be instant. Because it is, you know, over time. Autocannons chipping off little bits here, and one of the HESH shells did hit, causing that blue explosion. A downed Wren there being chased after by the Dust Devil. So many shots. Those shields are doing a great job deflecting the majority, but overall it is taking enough damage to start losing control. Another downed Rend over there is being dealt with. It seems like you're stable, but low. As usual, all of our craft are only allowed one repair bot at most. This is just to make things easier outside of battles. And of course, we do have limited resources, so it's not like I can heal forever. Can someone please take down this Rend? Yeah, EMP is not very good versus the Wrens. There we are. And there goes one of the Wrens in a glorious shower of blocks. The mosquitoes there in the background, slowly hurting these two. Which ones are these? Are these the clerics? Yeah. Wow, so the total cost is 53,000. That makes them over double our Pharaoh tanks. And they seem to have an anti-munition My god, they're actually turning off our HESH shells. Autocannons, you might be needed soon. Oh, Pharaohs are not looking good here. The clerics might actually win it for the enemy here. This is a remarkably close fight, and it's lasting a long time. I'm hoping that that Rend goes down soon, because as soon as it crashes to the floor, the autocannon should hopefully focus on the others. Also, it looks like the autocannons are actually loading in all the way now, which is pretty nice. These mosquitoes have been turned up. Oh god, are they out of fuel? Is that what it is? Are they out of fuel? They're definitely out of fuel. Okay, yep, we are now running out of fuel completely for all of our craft. That could have been why the aircraft started to sink, actually. Then it got close enough to one of the other vehicles to share fuel briefly. Since it is powered on fuel. No, wait, no. Is it powered on steam or fuel? Either way, it needs resource, and if it ran out of resource, it still needs it. Yeah, the clerics might actually win this. Anyone firing at this guy, please fire at the body. How much resource do they have to repair, though? So, not the body, yeah, the body. There's a okay, so I call it body and torso, but obviously what I mean is base. There we go, autocannons. I'm so glad to see you right now. Your munition defense might be able to stop Hesh shells, but try and stop the hail of bullets. Oh god, what's AI dead? Is that one of ours? No, it's one of theirs. That's really good to see. Looks like our missile base is offline, though. Our missile craft. Oh, look! Our aircraft is being healed by the tiny little drones as the Dust Devil shreds one of them to pieces. Thanks, Dust Devil. Fear the wrath of lots and lots and lots of shots. Also, Dust Devil is back online thanks to being repaired. Utility craft, go! So basically, the real hero of this fight was the drones. Aircraft's down. And in the background, some of the bases are still up and running of the enemy. We're still not out of this fight yet, though. Though the Dust Devil is, bouncing it on top of it with those lovely spin blocks on top, doing a great bit of work there. And down goes the base. Now the torso is exposed and will be destroyed very soon. With no healing, this thing is so much more vulnerable. You know, little drones, I know you're meant to go after the aircraft and smaller targets, but for now, could you go after this one? That would be fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for listening. It's like it does so little damage, but that consistent damage on the outside causes so many problems. And it's so hard to stop them, even with shields, because it's just such a high amount. Definitely one of the longest fights I've had in a while, and actually one of the most enjoyable. Boing. It's actually pushing it far enough away that soon the friend there will stop being able to heal it. Pause for a second. I'm going to jump into the Dust Devil just in case the enemy gets AI dead. That way I can just instantly steal it without any effort. As you can probably tell, I've put no effort into stealing things today. Just really couldn't be bothered, to be brutally honest. No excuses. I just really wasn't in the mood. Too much effort. Well, it definitely destroyed the holder. There goes one of the torsos. I mean, I could try and grab this one. Where... Let's have a quick look-see. How exposed is the AI on this thing? Looks like that might have been it there. Yep, that's it there. Oh, right in the center, in the middle of loads of explosive stuff. Nope, not even going to try. I'll just leave it for our lovely drones to devour. How are you still alive? I love my Pharaoh tank sometimes. Bit of a... Oh, look, there's the AI. Wow, it even got the transmitter hurt. Well, that was a fight. That was definitely a fight. Let's repair everything up and let's take out their resource harvester, shall we? Okay, well, you to go a bit further back. Same with you. You can go there. Now, these are a little bit glitchy. They really shouldn't be so close, but I'm fine with that because we are doing something stupid. Behold the power of drones. This isn't going to go well, is it? I actually have no idea what the enemy's like. Ow, loud. Well, apparently it has missiles. Oh, and it has little drones of its own. Oh, look how cute those little rams on the front. So we should probably be firing at those, I imagine, to start off with. Well, it begins anyway. Oh, yes, some of them aren't updated, I forgot, so we might end up actually going for the larger target first.
Targeting.
This one next, please. Thank you. And finally, let's go for the main target, shall we? Fire everything! Wow, look at this thing's shields. Wow, this thing has shields. Okay, hopefully our flares are doing a good job. In fact, by the looks of things, they are, which is lovely to see. Yeah, they really are. Look at that. So many of the enemy missiles being deflected. Behold the power of numbers! Yeah, we're gonna lose this. Those shields are ridiculous. Thankfully, it's killing its friends, which definitely helps us. Just keep firing! Ow! I end up being killed by the reflections of our own shots. If you can take out just one of the enemy shields, I think we're gonna be okay. The problem is taking out one of the enemy shields. Well, it stopped still, but I think that's because we knocked out one single wheel. This is so stupid. I'm so proud of these little drones. Just keep on. Yes! Front turret destroyed! And they are healing each other as well. Death by 1,000 tiny little cuts. Which is what I would call this episode if I wanted my video to be demonetized. It's so beautiful. Looks like a lot of the shields are offline now. Oh, no, 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 the ones on the sides are still there. The ones on the front have been knocked out. I have got the biggest, stupidest I have the biggest, stupidest grin on my face right now. Like I say, right now I can't talk. My stammers came back terribly recently. So I do apologise for the amount of times I go blah. Blah. Either way, huge grin on my face. Oh, we just rammed the little drone over there. Hello. Goodbye. That's it. Go after the flares. Bye-bye. Though I think those two may have just bounced. Is that a healer? I thought you couldn't heal what you're holding. Sorry, I didn't think the holder could heal you anymore. Unless there's something else trapped in there. I don't really know. Just keep on firing. Eventually we'll win. Oh, yeah, there we go. That was so dumb. Oh, that was so dumb. Okay, with that, I'm afraid I really am all out of time for today's video. These fights have lasted such a long time. So what we need to do now is find the end boss and set up a refueling area here at the resource zone. Although, to be fair, there isn't all that much resource there. But, you know, we still need fuel, so That's what we're gonna do. So thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then of course, likes, favorites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that From the Depths is a series you wish to see continued in the future. I'm so glad to be back in the campaign, and I'm so glad I made these little guys.